I'm about to show you guys all of my sealed investment purchases for Pokemon and One Piece for the month of February. This video is a little bit later than what I would have liked to have done. We're about a week into March now, and this is all my product from February, all my sealed investments from February. The first thing I want to say before I show you guys what I did purchase in February is I've been investing for a couple of years now. I'm not a veteran, okay? I'm not a 20-year veteran of the hobby. So I'm still very much in my accumulation phase. I haven't sold any Pokemon products at all. If I sold everything down today, I'd be well ahead. I'd have a great profit margin and I would have made a lot of money. But I'm not selling anything. I'm still very much in my accumulation phase of this hobby. So I have a very tight budget. I live in one of the most expensive cities on earth. And I'm not rich by any means. I have a tight budget like everyone else. I have a regular job. And the products I'm about to show you are simply paid for through my regular working budget. So don't expect me to be showing you cases and cases and cases of things like some veterans of the hobby, because that's not the case. I try and buy a little bit each week if I can, sometimes a couple of things a week. Let's just get straight into it, see what I picked up in Feb. Alright, here we go. My first sealed investment purchase for the month of February that I want to share with you guys, that I'm going to reveal to you exclusively here at the Chase Card. Okay, enough shenanigans. Temporal Forces Booster Bundles. Temporal Forces Booster Bundles. Not one, not two, not three, but four. Not a crazy expensive thing, not a lot, but 4 booster bundles. 4 little cute booster bundles. Wow, that rain's really coming down out there. Hopefully it doesn't interfere with my audio. So 4 Temporal Forces booster bundles. I believe I got those from Amazon UK, and I picked those up. I picked these little bad boys up for 30 Australian dollars. They're normally about 45, 46 Australian dollars. I got them for 30 last month from Amazon UK. For the American viewers, that's around, I looked it up before, it's around $18, $19 US. Now, if you look here on the screen, these are currently selling for, let's have a look here, $39 US. That's actually a bit pricier than what I can still get them for here in Australia, because that would be about 60, 62 Australian. We still get them for 45. So $39 US. A month ago, these things were 36, very similar price. But again, guys, so $39 US would be about 62 Australian dollars, and I literally picked these up for $30. If we have a look here at the booster box, the booster box is 177, 178 US dollars. Again, if you compare that to the booster bundle, well, I didn't pay $39. If you compare it to what I paid, I think it works out about $3.20, $3.15 US per packet. That's how good this deal was, guys. Now, Temporal Forces is not my preferred set. I don't think it's the strongest set, but I think it's a decent set. I think it's reasonably strong. I think it's kind of an upper mid-tier set. And it's quite nice. I like the cards in Temporal. It's not a bad set. It is missing that really big chase card. Here's some of the cards here for Temporal. Temporal Forces. The Raging Bolt EX is the number 1 chase card. Obviously, it's $99, just shy of $100. Call it $100. So yeah, it's missing that big chase card, this set. It hasn't got like a $300, $400, $500 chase card. You know, it's no Surging Sparks, it's no Prismatic, it's no Twilight. But it's a decent mid-tier set, like I said. And if you look at the top 5 cards are all over $50. The top 15 cards are all over $20. So even though Temporal Forces is missing that big chase card, it's got some depth. It's got some really nice illustration rares. It's a decent set. And at $30 a booster bundle Australian, 18 to 19 US dollars for a booster bundle a month ago, how could I say no? So that's the first thing I want to show you guys. Let me just put these out of the way over here. The next thing I want to show you guys, sticking on a similar sort of a theme, more booster bundles. Twilight Masquerade, just 2 of them. Why did I only get 4 Temporal and 2 Twilight? These were such a bargain. There was quantity limits, so I just got the 2. $30 as well. Twilight Masquerade booster bundles. Here they are here. Now the booster bundles come in 2 different shapes. Obviously this shape, which is identical to, well, it's the same as the shape I just showed you for Temporal, and then you've got the shape you can see on the screen. They come in 2 different shapes, the booster bundles. I happen to have these ones. Twilight Masquerade is a very strong set. Again, it doesn't compare to Surging Sparks or Prismatic Evolutions, but before those 2 sets came along, Twilight Masquerade was the really really, I think the first really hyped up set, you know, apart from 151, which, you know, is a special. As far as booster box sets go, Twilight Masquerade was the real first big, strong set we got from Scarlet and Violet, obviously with that Greninja. I'm not going to go through all the Twilight Masquerade cards. This video would just go too long. It's really about the sealed investments I picked up last month. So 2 Twilight Masquerade booster bundles. Again, look at the price here. You guys are paying almost $40 US. That's, again, about 60 to 62 Australian dollars. I picked these up at 30 Australian dollars, 18 to 19 US dollars a month ago. Again, I paid $3.20 a packet. If you look at the booster box here, the booster box is $225 for Twilight Masquerade. Again, I paid $3.20, $3.15 per packet, picking these bad boys up at a measly 30 Australian dollars, 18 US dollars. 2 of them. That's the second one I wanted to show you guys. Moving on. Brilliant Stars. Dun, 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 dun. I did a video on Brilliant Stars very recently. There's a Brilliant Stars Build and Battle Stadium. Brilliant Stars Build and Battle Stadium, guys. I think these are a really, really solid pickup right now. I paid 129 Australian dollars for the Brilliant Stars Build and Battle Stadium. You can see it here, you guys, it says, let's see if, it says you're paying $50, 51 US dollars. That seems a little low. If we check view more data, yeah, these are going for 72. You can see 69, 75, 49, 65. So you're getting sort of $65 to $70 now for the Build and Battle Stadiums US in recent sales. In fact, the 3 most recent sales, the low list is 67 and the high list is 75.90. There's not many sales being recorded for Brilliant Stars Build and Battle Stadiums. We had, what, 1 in March, 1 in February, 3 in January. Not many sales, guys. Sales volumes are really low. But the most recent, all between 67 and 75 US dollars. I think that's about 120 Australian dollars, something like that. So I paid fair value. I paid 129 Australian for the Brilliant Stars Build and Battle Stadium. Again, I did a video recently, guys. You can check it out here. Don't click on it now. Watch this video first and then go check that one out. Thanks for supporting the channel, guys. Subscribe and leave a like if you haven't yet. I appreciate the support. Very small channel doing what we can. But moving on, guys, the Brilliant Stars, the top 10 chase cards in this set, I think I've got it open here somewhere. The top 10 chase cards in this set are worth over $600 now. Brilliant Stars is what I call a mid-tier set, but it's at the upper end of the mid-tier set. I rate this ahead of Astral Radiance and Silver Tempest when it comes to kind of the mid-tier sets from the Sword and Shield era. Brilliant Stars, it's got Charizards. It's got the Charizard fighting the Venusaur in the #1 chase card, which I think is undervalued at $200 US. You've got a couple of Sylveons. You've got a couple of Umbreons, a couple of Mimikyus. Like, this set is full of hits. It's so underrated. And Brilliant Stars, the top 10 chase cards in recent months have really started to climb. Please check out my Brilliant Stars video I did recently, guys, where I spoke about picking up Brilliant Stars the cheapest and best way you can. I think the Build and Battle Stadiums are probably really good value right now. I think this is so underrated, and I think when the train starts to leave the station with Brilliant Stars and it starts to explode in price, I hope you've got some in your collection. That's why I picked this up, guys. The Build and Battle Stadiums, you get 12 packets in the Sword and Shield Build and Battle Stadiums, unlike the Scarlet and Violet ones where you get 11. So you've got a third of a booster box. You've got a third of a booster box in there when you think about it, 12 packets. So that's a really cool, affordable way to pick up some Brilliant Stars, guys. And getting 3 of these for the same price or less as the price of a booster box, really good value. That's why I picked it up, and I'll be trying to get more of those at a good price. Moving on. Okay. Probably the most hated and underrated set from the entire Scarlet and Violet era. I don't know if you can see that through the bubble wrap, but I'm not taking it off. That's Scarlet and Violet base. Hopefully you can see that through the bubble wrap. I'm leaving that on because it's so neatly and perfectly wrapped and protected in that I'm leaving it on. I don't have the acrylic cases at this stage for most of my booster boxes, so I'm happy to leave that in the bubble wrap. That's Scarlet and Violet base. Again, this is the one people put way down at the bottom of their list when it comes to Scarlet and Violet. The top 10 chase cards are not worth a lot, but when you look at graded cards, the top 10 most expensive PSA 10s within Scarlet and Violet base are outperforming the top 10 PSA 10s in a lot of the other sets that you are picking up. I did a video again on Scarlet and Violet base recently, so those that have subscribed and supported the channel, you should be getting some value out of these videos, because I really do try to find where the value is. I do my research and I try to look at things with a fresh set of eyes for you guys. Maybe something that not all the channels are doing. Sometimes I follow the trends. Sometimes I just like to show you guys things that other people aren't looking at. But that's Scarlet Violet base. I don't want to ramble on too much. I got that for $269 Australian. You're paying right now about $187 US. A month ago you were paying about $145 to $150, $160. I paid $269 Australian, which I think is about $150 American. So if we look back here, around mid-February, this box was about $150. That's what I picked it up for here in Australia, $150 US to $270 Australian. That's what I picked it up for. So I didn't pick it up really cheap. I picked it up at what I think is fair value, and I think this booster box is going to be the best base set we've seen for a very long time, even though the raw cards are not very expensive. Here's some of the raw cards here, guys. Here's the top chase cards, high to low in Scarlet Violet base. The Drowsy, now number 1, which you know about. Again, I mentioned this in a video recently when I spoke about Scarlet Violet base. The Drowsy in a PSA 10 is going for a small fortune. Raw, it's only about $56, $60. But, you know, this Miriam here was the most expensive chase card when Scarlet Violet base first came out. Now it's the 6th. Not even the 2nd or 3rd, it's the 6th. So this Miriam trainer card has really dropped off. This Gardevoir was the number 1 chase card for a while in base set. And the Drowsy is now the number 1. This Slowpoke, the 3rd most expensive, even that's climbing. That wasn't the 3rd most expensive before. The Scarlet Violet base has been all over the place. Some of these lesser known cards are really climbing in value. Again, the value is in the graded cards when it comes to this set, and I believe that's going to matter. You know, the Scarlet Violet base, it was the first silver border set we got when we went from yellow borders to silver borders. You've got these cards were not heavily graded initially, and a lot of the population reports are not that heavy. The cards are going for big money when graded, and I think that's going to carry the set as a sealed investment. That's why I picked it up over some of the other booster boxes. Next, guys, we move to Japanese. I picked up this Clayburst booster box last month, in the month of February, okay? Now, a lot of you watching don't buy Japanese. Some of you do. I have watched a lot of videos lately where people are saying that people are only buying Japanese, investors are only buying Japanese because they can't get English and they're settling for Japanese. And, you know, when the market cools off, Japanese is going to be harder to sell and things like that. I'm not settling for Japanese. I spoke about Clayburst in a video I did about 6 months ago, saying that a reprint had been announced for Clayburst and some other Japanese sets, and that when those prices drop, they would be a good pickup. Now, I only invest in some Japanese sets, and it's usually the specialty sets. For example, 151, I bought the Japanese. Paldean Fates, the Japanese version with Shiny Treasure EX, I've been investing in that. I'll save those for another video. But Clayburst is the other half of Japanese's Paldea Evolved. So Paldea Evolved is a very strong set. I've been investing in that. This is half of the Japanese version of Paldea Evolved. That's why I got it. It's had a reprint. The price has done really well. I said with the reprint the price was going to come down. Those prices, those decreases have filtered through, and that's why I picked up Clayburst. Not because I'm settling for Japanese. There's a ton of Japanese sets I'm not interested in. Clayburst, being the Japanese version of Paldea Evolved, I think would do really well. It's really affordable right now. I picked it up for 98 Australian dollars, which is about 60 US dollars. If we look here on the graph, actually, just in the last 3 months, this has gone from $50 to $70. So it's already bouncing back now. The window to pick up Clayburst, if you are a Japanese investor, is closing. It's going to be a very short window, and once those reprints sell through, it's going to go to the moon again. That's why I like Clayburst, not because I'm settling for Japanese, okay? So anyone judging out there that, you know, the only people buying Japanese are the people that are settling because they can't get English, that's a crock of shit. Clayburst is a solid set, and that's why I picked it up. I'm not even buying Battle Partners, you know, the Japanese Journey Together. Just not interested. But Clayburst, I'm interested. It's had the reprint, and it's going to bounce back quickly from that reprint. Not to go on too much about Clayburst, guys, because some of you don't buy Japanese, but just quickly here, you can see on this graph, this was just over a year ago. This booster box was $117 US. It dropped all the way down to $49, $50, like I said, and it's bouncing back $100 US, $70 to $100 US. I picked it up for $60 US last month, guys. Now, I did that video 6 months ago. I think it puts us around September, October, something like that. So September, October, look back here, it was $60 to $55 when I did that video. That's when I said, hey, maybe pick up Clayburst. And you would have done really well if you watched that video and listened to what I said, because it's been bouncing back. It's still a really good price. I got that on Amazon. I'll be trying to get more of it before the price spikes, but again, the window's closing and there's so many things I need to buy, so I'll see how I go. Next, guys, moving on. Oh, here's some of the Clayburst cards. The number one chase card, that Iono. Trainer cards are not as popular in English usually as they are in Japanese, but I have a rule of thumb when I invest in Japanese booster boxes. I want the number one chase card to be worth a lot more raw than the price of the booster box, just to carry it as an investment. And this Iono is worth, almost $200 raw. The other ones, like you look at the Raichu down here, it's $8. The Tyranitar, $7. These are worth a lot more in the English set. So again, the English sets are more of a premium product in my opinion. But you know what? That Iono at almost $200 US, being a really expensive chase card, I think it's going to carry Clayburst. Moving on. One Piece, guys. Not all of you guys invest in One Piece, but here you are here. I picked up Emperors in the New World. Emperors in the New World. Now, I do dabble in a little bit of One Piece. I'm primarily Pokemon. But for all you One Piece lovers out there, I did do a video where I mentioned Emperors in the New World recently. I think it's a crazy awesome set. Possibly the best set One Piece has come up with so far. This is $157, $155 to $160 US for a booster box. That's about $157 US. That's about 250 Australian dollars, right? I picked this up a week ago for 210 Australian dollars for a contact I have here in Sydney. He's a huge One Piece guy. He's got some stock. I got him at a discount from him. I don't think I can get that price anymore from him. I think he probably thinks he probably did it a bit cheap. But I love the guy. He's a great contact, and I'm sure I can still get them at a good price from him. But that's what I bought. I think this One Piece booster box is going to do really well. If we look at the chase cards here, that Gold D. Roger is the first time they've had like a gold secret rare like that in a gold secret rare manga card in One Piece. That's worth $3,300 US raw. I think off memory it was like $14,000-$15,000 or something in a PSA 10. I can't remember the exact number, but going for an absolute fortune in a PSA 10. You got the top 5 mangas there. Awesome card. You've got Monkey D. Luffy as the number 2 chase card. You've got the Shanks here. I'm not going to go through them all. The top 10 chase cards in Emperors in the New World, OP9, I think it was like $6,000 or $7,000 raw for the top 10 chase cards in this set. The booster box only 210 Australian, about 130 I think US, something like that. Absolute bargain. Guys, they're all my sealed investments for the month of February. Just before I go, just want to show you guys this. So basically, we're walking around the shops the other day, me and my best friend, and it's hard to get Pokemon on retail shelves. Most of this stuff was from Amazon and through contacts that I have. But just retail shelves are empty. So we walked into our local Kmart, which is like our equivalent of Walmart down here. And the only thing they had really sitting on the shelf was a $30 Houndstone box with 4 booster packs in it. It was 30 Australian dollars, about 19 US dollars. So I said, all right, we'll grab that. $30 is cheap, Australian, for 4 booster packs and a couple of promos. It's got Twilight Masquerade and Stellar Crown in it. So we get it home, open it up. It's literally the first Stellar Crown packet we've ever opened, me and my best friend. And from a $30 Houndstone box, he pulled this, my best friend pulled this Bulbasaur. One of the most awesome cards from Stellar Crown. Obviously, it's not the number 1 chase card, but it's one of the most popular cards in that set. So we definitely got our money back on that little Houndstone EX box that we purchased. So that was a good day for us. Now, I want to say, guys, before I go, I've ordered 2 more products so far that will be on next month's video when I do my reveal. And I'm just going to quickly show you what they are. I've ordered them, but they have not arrived yet. So these 2 will be on next month's video, so stay tuned for that. The Paldean Fates Skeledirge, the Skeledirge Paldean Fates Premium Collection. This was the last one I needed for my collection. I've got the other 2 from the group of 3. There's 3 of these. I've got the other 2. This is the last one I needed. I'm not going to go through all my reasons why I bought it or what price I paid right now. Check next month's video, guys. I'm going to reveal that. But that should be arriving in March. And this Professor Juniper Premium Tournament Collection box. That's an absolute mouthful. It might be on next month's video. I ordered it, and they said delivery. This is Amazon International. I think it's the UK. Delivery will be between March and September. Are you kidding? I hope they deliver this thing and they don't send me my money back after 6 months, because I can use that money elsewhere. I hope they honor the order, and I hope this gets sent to me. Keep an eye out for this Professor Juniper Premium Tournament Collection box in my videos. It might hit March, April, May. I don't know when this thing's going to get delivered. I'll speak about it in a later video, and I'll explain why this is one of the most undervalued products and everyone should be getting their hands on it, but I'm not going to do that right now. Thanks for watching the Chase Card, guys. I hope you appreciate this video and me sharing my investments for the month of February with you. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think of this list. Are you interested in picking any of these up? Have you got some other ideas you can share with other people in the comments or myself? I appreciate your feedback, and I'll see you next time on the Chase Card. Bye, everyone. Bye.